Welcome back to my channel. Today we will compare quotes from anime with ones from philosophers. Write your favorite in the comments.
Everything that you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield. None of it changes what a speeding rock does to a body. We all die. But does that mean our lives are meaningless? Does that mean that there was no point in our being born? Would you say that of our slain comrades? What about their lives? Were they meaningless? They were not! Their memory serves as an example to us all! The courageous fallen, the anguished fallen, their lives have meaning because we, the living, refuse to forget them! And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us! Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world! My soldiers push forward! My soldiers scream out! My soldiers rage!
Love in the form of longing and deprivation lowers the self-regard. A woman will never want sex with a man who doesn't get her hints. We seek more to take suffering away from ourselves than to gain pleasure. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water.
Each of us lives, dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. We all live inside our own fantasies. Don't you think that's true?
Those who have eyes to see and ears to hear will soon convince themselves that mortals cannot hide any secret. The energetic and successful man is the one who succeeds in transforming the fantasies of desire into reality. Thought is action in rehearsal. The profound obscurity of the background of our ignorance is scarcely illuminated by a few glimmers of insight. The virtuous man contents himself with dreaming that which the wicked man does in actual life.
Nothing happened. Nothing except for the war. Too many people died in this land. All that pain forced me to grow up. That even innocent, foolish children will grow up in the face of pain. Until their thoughts and beliefs are the same as adults. You are still merely a man. However, I, mired in endless pain, have matured and become much more than a man. Yes, I've grown from a man to a god. And since I'm a god, all my words and thoughts have become absolute. Things that I couldn't see when I was human are clear to me now that I'm a god. And being a god, I realize that there are things I can do which mortal men cannot even dream of. Or to put it more simply, I have evolved beyond man. At last, I'm going to put an end to this senseless, war-riddled world. All of humanity, all the nations will learn what pain truly is. Fear would breed a strong aversion to war. Conflicts would cease. It can be said that this world is still in the process of maturing, that it's still on a path to stability. Pain will make the world grow up, just like it forced us to grow up. In order for the world to develop to the point where it can think and walk on its own, it needs the help of a god's hand. This world is still but a child, you see.
Perfect, eternal, hate-purified love exists only between the addict and the drug. Words call forth effects and are the universal means of influencing human beings. If a woman no longer wants sex, it's a sign that soon she may start questioning her emotional connection with her male partner, reflecting on unfulfilled needs or unresolved issues in the relationship. Dogs love their friends and bite their enemies, quite unlike people, who are incapable of pure love and always have to mix love and hate.
You don't get it. Trust is the same thing as reliance. It's a fault of cowards. I have no need for such weakness.
That's pretty rich coming from a guy who surrounds himself with henchmen. But you trick your subordinates into trusting you with that fast-talking silver tongue of yours.
Not quite. I have many subordinates, many who've pledged themselves to me, but I've never asked for any of their trust. Yes, I've asked for their allegiance, but faith is another matter altogether. In fact, I always told them to never trust anyone, including myself. Unfortunately, though, I've met no one who is strong enough to actually heed that warning. All creatures need to obey. No one can survive without trusting someone they feel is better, more worthy than themselves. To avoid that responsibility, those who are worthy look even higher, searching for more superior beings. And those superiors do the same, looking for even stronger individuals they can believe in. That is how all kings are created. It is also how gods are born. But please, don't believe me yet, Shinji Hinako. I'm going to take my time and show you which god you should have faith in. And afterwards, you'll decide what to believe.
Public self is a conditioned construct of the inner psychological self. Originally, the ego includes everything. Later, it detaches from itself, the external world. There is no need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. A woman who lacks sex begins to talk more about sex. Who lacks sex speaks about sex. Hungry talks about food. A person who has no money, about money. And our oligarchs and bankers talk about morality.